And welcome back, YouTube, to picking up where we left off in the last episode of The Long Dark. Sounds like the weather might be a little bit bad outside, but that shouldn't be too much of a problem. In fact, actually, blizzard weather might be good for a trip traveling. Yeah, so it is blizzard weather. So we'll have to sprint where we're going, try to avoid damage. But we should be able to pretty safely travel to Traverse Cabin as long as we are willing to sprint it in this weather. Because what would be harmful or threatening to us is the bear, which we killed in the part before last, and wolves, which don't usually spawn during blizzards. So unless the wildlife refresh put a bunch of timber wolves between here and where we're going, we should be able to safely get there without getting nommed on. Without carrying capacity, we're gonna have to carry 3. 1, 2, 3 pieces of meat. We can happily sprint back to the trappers. We are taking condition damage. The blizzard did very rapidly deplete all our warmth. So if I was trying to metagame, I could probably take that as a sign. Now would be a good time to take the clothes off to avoid having them take damage. Because once you're cold, it doesn't really matter whether you're -1 or -50. Once you run out of warmth, start taking damage. Up until there it matters, but once you're there it doesn't matter. Though that would make us slower, so that's sort of the trade-off there, is the clothes weighs less when you're wearing it than when you're carrying it in your pack. A bunch of our stuff is pretty heavy, so taking it off to avoid taking damage would maybe not be in our best interest. From getting there quickly standpoint. Maybe from condition loss on the gear, but most of it I'm not that worried about. And what I would be worried about losing condition down was actually the bearskin coats that we just got replacement hides for. So as long as we don't need to repair them in the next 12 days, we should be good for when we need to repair them. Which reminds me, I haven't put a note in the notes yet for them, so let's duck into this place to warm up and quickly put that note in before I forget. Notes. ML cabin, yeah, the clear cut has 1 deer hide and 2 bear hides. With the bear hides being there on the 92nd day. Oops. Okay, so some stuff did get moved in here.
Too much stuff to
Including our
carry.
moose hide, so it was a good thing we did come in here. I'll make sure we don't lose our moose hide. It would be a travesty if we lost the moose hide. I think that's because some items got made modifiable. So it's probably because the carpet on the floor can be moved now. That the moose hide got moved. Everything else seems to be where we left it. We have some fast film here. If we find the camera. Safe is empty. Everything else looks fine. We'd want to do crafting here. We wouldn't want to break it down. So here we can make the bearskin rug. So if we wanted to consume a deer hide and a black bear hide, we could make some bearskin rugs. Don't necessarily think that's a great thing to do, unless we really are high on the hog and got resources to waste. Well, if we could actually kill the cougar, that would be a nice hat. I think that's a hat. Might not be a hat, might be a utility slot item. Yeah, otherwise I'm not seeing anything else new in the option menu. We really don't need to get conditioned back. We should probably hang out for a bit to warm up at least. Before we head off to the camp office. Is that a red fishing angler? No. Okay, I might actually pass the time by reading this. More ice fishing levels would be good. Still sounds like there's a blizzard out there. Still sounds like there's a blizzard out there. Get out, empty the lost amount, so we're not going to worry too much about that. Yep, still a blizzard out there. We're not going to run to the camp office right now when we've got plenty of meat on hand. The thing to do, we can read this book. Okay, now I'm not hearing a blizzard. Okay, blizzard is gone. Good to see. Do I want to take food with me? I would probably attract some undesired wolf attention if I brought them with me. Yeah, let's not bring it with us. Probably sneak past without attracting the wolves if I don't bring it with me. So we're gonna go to the camp office. I'm actually not necessarily expecting anything special in the camp office. Most of the places we've been going to haven't really changed that much from the update. And we haven't found the woodworking tools yet to do any real major crafting projects that have been unlocked by the new update. So maybe to pad the episode out, I might actually go up to... I don't think I've been up to the Prepper's Cache in Mystery Lake yet. So we can go up the rope climb and see if there's anything in that Prepper Cache. We've been to the one in Pleasant Valley, and we've been to the one in Frozen, or in the Forlorn Muskeg. And I think we may have accidentally mapped the one in Bleak Inlet, even though it was up the cliff from where we mapped it, but that's fine. Either that, we did map the hatch that is revealed with the radio, which we don't have, which is why we weren't able to go into it. It was either the Prepper's Cache on the cliff above us, or it was the hatch for the thing that was revealed with the radio, which we didn't have. So either way, we weren't able to access it. Well, last time we were in Bleak Inlet. And I think the next time we're in Bleak Inlet, we won't be able to access it either, so... It'll just be a random hatch we found on the map, but yet have not found actually in person yet. I may have not kept my head on a swivel enough going through there. There's often a piece of birch bark or two in this little section. But I haven't found any on this walkthrough. Or something because I wasn't looking hard enough. So there's the transition tunnel into the Forlorn Muskeg. We'll probably end up going through there in the next episode. We've been through there before, so those of you that have been watching the whole series are probably not surprised to know what that is. We're on a little bit of a lookout for wolves. Sometimes on, well, on Stalker there's usually wolves along this bit. If not, there'll be like deer or something. It's usually something along this bit. As we head over to the camp office.
My fingers feel numb.
And it looks like right now, at least on Interloper, there isn't anyone here. So we should have a fairly safe walk the rest of the way over to the camp office. We'll do our quick inspection while we warm up in the camp office, see if anything changed there. And then we'll head over to the climb to go see if there's anything in the purpose cache. This is Interloper, so there'll likely be nothing in the purpose cache. But if you're wondering where the purpose cache is for your game, and potentially a lower difficulty... Oh, there's deer, so that's probably why we didn't run into wolves. Usually there's either wolves or deer along this short section here. Today, it's deer. Felt like I just saw a stick render out as we got close to it.
Cool to think.
So here's the camp office. The camp office has two doors. We're going to go in the back door. So it looks like my snares are roughly where I left them. Maybe the stuff I had on the table here moved, so I'll have to check to see if we had one of the lost and found show up in this building. Those are gears still hanging around. Got a bunch of cooking oil, got a bunch of flour. Thinking about it, this is where I should probably leave cooking oil and the flour. And the pinnacle peaches. Save our character a little bit of carrying capacity. Bunch of torches that we don't need right now. Firewood. Maple sapling. There's a lost and found, so something's got moved. Okay, so nothing really important got moved. Everything should be pretty much where I left it. Oh, and we have had a radio added. So I think in a scenario if we have an aurora, we can use this to communicate with the trader. To tell him we've left things for him or that he should come by and pick stuff up or something. I know there is a trader. I don't know how interacting with him will actually work. I'm surprised that this file cabinet is unsearched. It may have been... Well, the file cabinet that was here may have been replaced with a new one that's slightly moved, and that's maybe why it's both empty and unsearched. So I may be interested in trade trading with him. We'll see if an aurora pops up at some point when we're near one of the video sets. But other than the bag of flour, I don't think there's anything new here besides the radio set. Yeah, let's go ahead and warm up in bed for a quick 1 hour. Then we'll take the quick jaunt up to the Prepper's Cache to see if there's anything in there. Hopefully the weather hasn't gone to hell in a handbasket while we've been in the quick nap bench. So I'm late enough that I can take the rope climb, so I'm going to take the rope climb. There is technically a way to get up there that does not involve rope climbing. But I don't need to do it, so I'm not going to do it. I think one of the slopes near where the rope climb is, you can just sort of walk up. It's very steep, so it's possible to get, well, it's plausible to get one or more sprains going up it. Sometimes I like to fish in this area, so instead of fishing out on the coastline, I fish in one of these fishing cabins. Which is a bit more doable on Stalker. Because it's often often warm enough that you can actually harvest limbs in Stalker. What's this lump out here in the ice? There's a bit of cracked ice? Or is it something else? Okay, it looks like just a piece of cracked ice. And a bit of a headwind. Okay, so the climb we're looking for is just up here. Of course, as we're approaching it, we're walking into a headwind because it started to get a bit windy. We should be able to get up and into the Purpose Cache with no problems. Now, as you can see, it is making us quite tired. Climbing up always makes you pretty tired. And there's a pretty high fatigue cost going uphill.
I think I need to lay down.
should be just up this hill here. This one can be a little bit hidden. That's probably why I'm missing it. Oh, it's up here. Because I doubt they moved it, so it's probably still up here. But it's up on the hill here in a divot, and the divot does a pretty decent job of hiding it. There's the divot. And as I expected, there's basically nothing in here. There's a bed in here. Can I move you? Oh, thick skull. And the ball. And the shelf. Cool. Then what I can do is I can come down here and say shelf, place. I can put the contents of the shelf in a more visible location. So we can actually enjoy the skull. And there we go. So this is the contents of the purpose cache. If we needed rest, we can sleep in that bed. I'm going to also, while I'm up here, explore one of the nearby caves. And then I'm probably going to go ahead and withdraw back down to the camp office and end the episode. So there's the cave. We're going to see if there's anything interesting in the cave. There likely isn't going to be anything interesting in the cave, but it's always worth checking. Every once in a while you get surprised by something. And we are on the lookout for woodworking tools, which I have no idea where they would be. Frozen corpse. With nothing on it. We could hang out here for a moment to warm up, which I will do by taking a moment to drink some water for the character. And then we'll head out to try to get back to the camp office, so the character can have a nice long 10-hour sleep. Which, if I'm about to take a 10-hour sleep, probably means I'm not too worried about taking vision damage, so I don't need to be too worried about taking damage due to the cold right now. If anything, I'm actually more worried about our low calories.
Can't feel my feet.
Because at the moment I don't actually have any good calorie sources on the east side of Mystery Lake. It's all on the west side and the north side. So it's basically all in the dam side of the ravine and all the bear carcasses we have along on the west side of the map. So to get back to the camp office, I'm going to sort of billy goat down once I get over to the camp office, instead of going back down the rope.
Wait. I'm so cold.
Most of the cliffs around here are shallow enough that if you've got crampons on, you don't really need to worry about taking too many sprains as you come down them. And even if I take a sprain, I'm about to take a 10-hour sleep, so doubt that sprain would even be a much more than a nuisance right now. See if I can sneak up this bit here. There we go. We're almost at the camp office. The camp office is just at the end of this ridge here. So I should start be looking for a good place to come down off the ridge, and this probably looks like the good place to come down off the ridge. Yep, there's roughly where the ridge ends. The camp office is the end of the wires there, so it's just around the corner here. And here's the lake trail, which at some point we'll want a map. At some point is not right now. Well, I hope if you've been watching this on YouTube, you've been enjoying it. There will likely be another part up tomorrow, but current me cannot tell you what future me will do, because stuff may happen and the recording session may not happen. And this is going to be the last part of this recording session, so if something comes up, I recommend that you, and you of course want to see the next part, I recommend that you go ahead and subscribe to the channel in case there is a delay and the next part is not up tomorrow. Either way, hope you have a good time until the next part. If you don't come see the next part, I hope you have a good time otherwise. So, until then, catch you all in the next one.